This is Melinda, and this is my new YouTube channel, and my new show is called the Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. So welcome to Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. Tonight we are continuing our law class of the Judicial System, and I finished every word for you under classifications of law. And that way we'll be ready next time I shoot. We can start the next category that's under the judicial system. It's the American court system, I believe. That's next. So I've been teaching you the first category under the judicial system. The first category has been classifications of law, and I've made at least, I think, 2. I don't know if I made 3, but 2 at least. I will have them labeled properly so that you'll be able to tell that they all belong together. Otherwise, you're not going to learn it. If you don't know, these 3 go together, you're never going to put the pieces together. So I will label it so that you will know judicial system, classifications of law. And I will say, and this is the first, rhetoric, and that's how that's going to go. Okay, so we took the next word, which was statutory law. And this is another rhetoric under classifications of law. Classifications of law is the first, subject of the judicial system. Classifications of law is the first, rhetoric for that. So, and the first rhetoric for classifications of law, is not, this is just, I've already done a couple videos. So we're at statutory law. Okay, so statutory law. Statutory law. Statutes are enacted by the legislative branch of government, whether federal or state, to regulate areas within the legislature's jurisdiction as granted by the Constitution. The United States Congress, parenthesis, by authority of Article Roman numeral 1, Section 8, have the Constitution, I'm writing in shorthand sometimes, so anyway, of the Constitution, has reserved to itself the power to regulate certain activities and functions, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, federal taxation, customs matters, the postal system, and admiralty. It's admiralty matters. Admiralty matters. Okay, I practiced that word a few times. It's not admiralty. No, that's not like reality. It's admiralty. Admiralty. Yeah, okay, so we got that. Now, here's the next one. Bankruptcy and diplomatic matters. It has the exclusive right to pass laws affecting these subjects. Okay, where'd I go? Okay. It has the exclusive right to pass laws affecting these subjects. Congress also has power to pass legislation in areas not specifically assigned to it by the Constitution, such as labor and pollution control. that fall within its enumerated powers. A law passed by Congress is not effective until it's signed into law by President or has been repassed over the President's veto by a 2/3 majority of each house of the Congress. Or if the President takes no action within 10 days of receiving it. Laws are published at the end of each session of Congress in the statutes at large. Parentheses, they put stat, I guess for statutes. They put stat in parentheses, like you can abbreviate it. So stat, where the laws are arranged chronologically and are and are ultimately compiled in the United States Code. USC is the abbreviation for United States Code, where the laws are grouped by subject. Okay? Various private publishers also publish annotated editions of the United States Code. This code is organized into 54 titles titles or general subject areas. Each year, the state legislatures also pass many laws which become effective when they either receive gubernatorial approval or are passed over the governor's veto. I'm trying to decide if my screen looks best. So, like going back some. No, it looks better the more up I am. There I am. Okay. So, page 4. The exact titles of the state session laws. That is the collections of statutes passed in each session of the state legislature vary, as do the titles given to the state law compilations. In Michigan, example, they are known as Michigan compiled laws. In Minnesota, they are called Minnesota statutes. In North Dakota, they are called North Dakota Century Code. Parenthesis, like the United States Code. Some of these compilations are published in annotated editions by private law book publishers. Okay. Next page we got here. Hi, everybody. Okay. So think about what I'm reading to you and watch this video over and over until everything, because this is a long one. It's got 20 pages, so it's a long one. And so you have to watch it over and over because I'm having a bunch of videos I will be making. I still got a lot more for under the judicial system. And that's where we're staying. That, and I could maybe give you sometimes some law rhetoric, legal terminology class. And that's all I'll do because we're focusing on this judicial system, okay? So, the judicial system, page 5. Relationship of constitutions, statutes, and the courts because of the supremacy, the supremacy clause in the Constitution. Federal laws most comply only with the federal Constitution. But the laws of any state must comply with provisions of both the state Constitution and the federal Constitution. In a conflict between a federal and state law, the federal law presents state law. Statutory law is superior to case law, as the source of law and courts ordinarily are bound to apply the relevant statutory law to the cases that they decide. However, if a state legislature were to pass a law in violation of the state constitution, the appellate court in the state could declare the law unconstitutional. And courts will also enact statutes and supply legal principles when no rule exists. Once the court issues a decision, the decision becomes part of the case law on the subject. Page 7 we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a nice night and fun in my class. Please think about what I'm saying and really try to learn and read and watch the videos that belong to this one. I will label them and watch them over and over. All this, I'm going to be doing a lot. It's going to take, I don't know, a week or maybe 2 weeks. It's only got 4 categories, but there's a lot under each category for this judicial system. So I want you to watch these over and over, and the ones that match, watch them all together at once. Please do. You really, if you listen, the more you start to learn, the more interested you become. Yeah. Okay, so this is page 7. The judicial system, public. Now we're starting a new thing under whatever the first category is. I keep forgetting. But anyway, we're still under the first category. I forget. So the judicial system. So this is the rhetoric underneath the first category that I can't think of the name of. Public and private law is the name of this one. Another classification of laws is based on the scope of the laws, that is, on the parties to whom they apply. This classification of laws is based on the scope of the laws, that is, one of the parties to whom they apply. This classification includes public and private law. Private law governs the relationship between private citizens. Disputes may involve property, contracts, negligence, will, and any other number of other matters. Occasionally, as in marriage and divorce, the state may be involved indirectly. Okay, next page. We're on private and public law. But as the state is not, but what does it say? Public, oh, it's part of a sentence. Okay, let me read the beginning of the sentence. All right. So the sentence is saying, okay, it's saying, okay. Private law governs the relationship between private citizens. Disputes may involve property, contracts, negligence, wills, and any other number of matters, occasionally as in marriage and divorce. The state may be involved indirectly, and it's continually, indirectly, public and private law. But as the state is not, but as the state is not, oh wait, you didn't hear. I'm using shorthand, so I'm getting a little mixed up here. But as the state is not at is what that is, at self-litigant, the matter remains only private law. Okay, got that? We'll be watching these videos over and over till everything sinks in. Okay, so public law is a branch of law, concerned with regulating the relations, individuals the relations of individuals, that's it, among themselves and with the government, as well as the organization and conduct of government itself. Public law disputes involve the state or its agencies in a direct manner. Usually, the state is a litigant. It's often the plaintiff, the party bringing the suit to court. Examples of public law are municipal law, township law, criminal law, admiralty law, securities law, Social Security law, aviation law. When individual laws are referred to, however, there is a different kind of distinction between public and private laws. Specifically, a private law is a law that affects only selected individuals or localities, while a public law affects the welfare of the whole governed unit. A private law provides a kind of exception to the public rule. Okay? And here we are. We've made it to 10. Oh, I guess this is a long class. I don't know if that means 18 minutes. I'm not sure. Okay, we're on page 10. Okay, so this is going to be a little while. Okay, so administrative law is a major part of public law administration. Administrative law comprises. Okay, let me start over. Administrative law is a major part of public law. Administrative law comprises the rules and regulations, look down, framed and enforces by a federal or state administrative agency, as well as any rulings that the agency makes administrative bodies. While primarily executive in nature, may be delegated some legislative or judicial authority. Example, Federal Aviation Administration, which I worked for Duquesne Corporation in St. Charles, Illinois. And the Federal Aviation Administration was one of our biggest customers, and I dealt with all their paperwork. I dealt with all the departments' paperwork at Duquesne Corporation. So I'm quite familiar with the Federal Aviation Administration. So the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, not only issues regulations for air transportation, but also adjudicates some disputes. Got stumbled on that one. Okay, adjudicates. Okay, between airlines and their customers. The rules which is something, now this I never knew, yeah. The rules and regulations created by the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, are first published chronologically in the Federal Register, and in parentheses abbreviate FED, reg, FED, F-E-D, reg, R-E-G, and then later organized by subject in the Code of Federal Regulations. CFR stands for Code Federal Regulations. See important agencies for info on some of the federal agencies. State and local governments also have administrative agencies that issue rules, regulations, and rulings. They may be a part of an executive department, okay, of the state government, or they may be independent entities. These agencies tend to regulate, not preempted by federal agencies, but they may also be found in fields subject to both federal and state regulation. State administrative agencies often have jurisdiction over these areas: unemployment and workers' compensation, taxation, education, motor vehicles, zoning, and health and safety. Okay. States publish their administrative law in compilations similar to the Federal Register and Code of Federal Regulations. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it does go up to 20 pages. Well, we're at 14, so it ain't going to take too much longer. Okay, now think about what I'm saying, everybody, and learn. Civil and criminal law cases that come before a court may generally be divided into two categories: civil and criminal. Civil law deals with acts that injure a person or a person's rights. Civil law provides remedies such as monetary damages or declaratory relief that are intended primarily to compensate the injured party. So you have to make them whole again. Like Judge Judy will always be saying, like, you have to make them whole again. So I'm making you do this to the plaintiff to make them whole again. That's what I was taught in all my law classes. That's the whole idea. You know, like when you're suing civilly, for sure, you know, you're suing to make the plaintiff whole again. Okay. So are intended primarily to compensate the injured party. Civil law covers numerous areas, including real estate, domestic relations, partnership, taxes, contracts, wills, and trusts. Criminal law declares what conduct is criminal and prescribes the punishment to be imposed for it. To be imposed for it, a criminal action is always prosecuted in the name of the federal government, the United States, America. the people. The state is called the people of the state of blah blah. The state of blah blah, or a political subdivision, because the case is based on the alleged violation of the rights of all the people. The remedy sought in a criminal case is intended to punish the offender. The major categories of crimes are crimes. Let me see here. All right. Against the person. So we have as homicide or assault, or crimes against property as arson or theft. A single act may be the basis for both civil and criminal penalties. Substantive and procedural law. Substantive law consists of the statutory and this magic marker I can't read, of the statutory and case law setting forth rights and obligations upon which a controversy is based, whereas procedural or adjunctive law states the rules by which a person can secure his or her substantive rights. Thus, procedural law consists of the rules of procedure or practice according to which the substantive law is administered. Procedural law deals with pleadings, which are papers that pass between the parties. Practice, which refers to the conduct of litigation and evidence, or the, I wrote this in shorthand, admissibility. I know, it's a D, admissibility, yeah, of evidence. I got EFD is for evidence in court reporting, because you write your key in evidence 1,000 times a day on a steno machine on a tripod. The brief word for evidence in court reporting is EFD, uppercase EFD. So I just taught you a little court reporting lesson. Okay, see, you never know what you're going to get with Melinda. Melinda's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get in her YouTube channel. So admissible of evidence to achieve fairness while avoiding unnecessary expense or delay. 2 more pages, guys. That's it. Although procedural laws does not state the law and outlines the procedures that must be followed in applying the substantive law, procedural law enables the attorney to decide whether a case should go to federal or state court. It will tell the attorney when a law suit must be started, what pleadings are required of all parties, and what kind of evidence can be presented at trial. Procedural law can be as important as the substantive law in determining the outcome of a case, because a case may be thrown out if the proper procedures are not followed. So remember that. Anybody going for your law degree to be a lawyer, or like me, associate degree in paralegal studies at McCormick Place, downtown Chicago at Madison and Michigan Avenue. I graduated in '08 there. and in paralegal studies, associate degree. And I went to court reporting school at McCormick College, the same school, but that was back in 1988, 89, 90, 91. And we were then on LaSalle Street, right across the street from the Board of Trade. And they all used to come over to our deli and jump in line in front of us like, screw you, you're a bunch of young college kids, and we work at the trade center. So we're more important, and we have to get back to work because we have to work a lot harder and faster than you do in college class. And it's like, we're like, holy shit, what's up with this, huh? That's pretty fucked up, huh? Yeah. Okay. So the American court system will be next. That's your next category. We have 4 under the judicial system. So we finished the first one. I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and finish this whole one so we can move on next time to the second one, the American court system. Yeah, because the American court system, though, is a short one. So we'll get past that one pretty quick, much quicker than this. Yeah, much quicker. Yeah. So, all right. So how y'all doing out there? I feel really good. I slept in a little bit, and I says, I'm ready to do a class. I took the day off, and I missed being out here and having all my students and fans and followers see me tonight. And I dressed conservative for you. I had an expensive fuchsia matching crop jacket, suit jacket that goes over it. But when I looked at it in the tablet, my padded shoulders made me look like I had the shoulders of a man. So you can't wear padded shoulders. I wear crop jackets all the time. Well, the one black one has crop shoulders, but for some reason they don't stand out like this one. I mean, they're really big padded shoulders, and it just didn't work, you know. But I'm in the beautiful Calvin Klein blouse, and I want to show you my bell-bottom sleeves. See my bell-bottom sleeves? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's my bell-bottom sleeves. Okay, so this is a Calvin Klein blouse. So I hope you're all having a nice night. It's getting late, so I'm going to let you go so I can upload this. And when y'all get a chance, come see me. Please, if you can hit like, would be nice that you like it. And subscribe. If you could please subscribe, I would really appreciate it, because this is the most exciting job I've ever had. And I always said, someday I'm going to write, produce, and star in my own show. And damn it, here I am. I wrote, produced, and I'm starring in my own show. And I'm going to keep writing and producing and doing my own Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva show for the rest of my life. So please subscribe. I need lots of subscribers. Okay, you have a nice night. I'm going to get into my little Betty Buy, as you know, and buy a cocoa and open the window and turn on my electric blanket. It'd be nice and cozy. YouTube a movie to go to sleep by. All right. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Please subscribe.